Hey everyone, thanks for watching Norrie Factory. Today we're finally going to get this engine back up in the car. I've got to put the intake manifold on, which has all been finished by Brad, which seriously it looks so good. So to put the intake manifold back on, I'm using my go-to HKS metal gaskets. I love these things. So we've got those new metal gaskets on in place. I'm going to slip the intake manifold on. Now I've already got my little short and long nose spacers in place. Easy as that. I can't remember who made these things, but titanium hardware, and they come with the long titanium studs, so you can actually change over your hardware to titanium hardware. I use the factory stuff on this back intake runner. You don't need to change that over, that's good stuff. But these long sort of studs up the front, if you can change them over to titanium stuff, it's so much better. Okay, so I've just made a -6 and oil line. This is with Raceworks' new style of fitting, which is so handy because one spanner suits all three sizes on the actual fitting. Check out what we've got in store today. Engine is in place, it looks absolutely insane. We've still got a lot more to do, obviously. The camera probably isn't going to do this thing justice, and I can't wait for people to actually see it in real life. Because I've only just got the engine covers sitting on, but the way that these intercooler pipes have come out is just incredible. So we've got them fabricated straight up to the Plasmaman intercooler. So for anyone that's wondering, this is one of the Plasmaman's Pro series. We sort of got this, and then just obviously this needs to be sandblasted and we'll make it look a lot better than that, but we are contemplating painting the turbo housing. The turbo still sits really low because it is a small frame turbo, so on that Hypertune manifold, but I think it looks really good. The polished titanium 4-inch dump pipe is like next level. That shit is absolutely epic. So pretty cool. Got a lot to do. Got to put our EGTs in. I haven't even got them yet. They're actually on back order, so we're waiting on EGTs. Hide all this wiring, put the fuse box back in, and yeah, then we've got to jump underneath, put the suspension up in it. Then it's oh, look at that thing. I can't stop looking at it. But so yeah, we're going to have a big day. We're going to try and get the suspension up in it, and then I'm going to roll the car outside where we can swing the doors open, and we're going to start putting the interior back in. That'll be nice and quick. It's all stock standard, a lot of new stuff, so it's just bolted in, bolt the seats in, get a wheel alignment and everything done, and then we'll start fitting the M-Tron KV8 computer along with the wiring loom. We are waiting on a sensor wiring loom from Mitch from Zolly Motorsport in Cairns. He's doing us up a small wiring loom for all the extra sensors we've got. So I've got the new Turbo Smart fuel pressure egg mounted up under the intake manifold so you can't see it. It's pretty small and it's tucked away. Oh.
Yo, what are you wearing?
Oh, you're actually on YouTube right now. We're just talking about the intercooler pipes.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shop?
Yeah, I'm at the shop, mate. Engine's in. Come check it out.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
12 seconds later.
Hey, look out! What do you reckon? What's your reaction? Whoa, holy shit! Whoa! How didn't I see that when I walked in? Wow, that's amazing. Let's start the show, Josh. Oh, I know, mate. It's fucking cool, eh? Far out. We're not even finished yet.
Are you just going to put this in the Nismo museum, or are you going to drive this?
We've got a package here from Fitment. So these guys do a lot of GTR restoration parts. I needed the little flaps that go behind the headlights, which are now a Nissan heritage item, like $600 at Nissan. These guys do them for $130 for both sides. They also do like your rear boot, so in the boot where you've got your spare wheel, they actually do the timber piece for it. So this is a brand new, that's a brand new, there's the headlight rubbers that I'm talking about. This is the timber that goes across for the spare wheel. Like, look at that, how sick is that? Because I've got a really, really good spare wheel. Luckily, the spare wheel in this car was still intact, the Nissan OEM wheel, which is like your little Jap spec space saver. So we'll put that wheel in, then we can sit this straight over it. Look, that's sick, stainless steel hardware. Looks exactly, what's it say? Made in Australia, Fitment Auto R32. So thanks guys, we're not sponsored or anything by them, I paid full price, but it's good stuff. But thanks anyway. So we got our little genuine little clips here, and then this is the rubber. And just by looking, I just had a quick look, so it looks like we actually poke the plug through there like that, and then you've got your little spot there to adjust your headlight up and down. So that will be where one of the plugs go in, clip in like that. Oh, I love that sound. And then we've got another one on the other side over here, so it looks a little bit like it's a little bit too big maybe, not sure. Anyway, and then you can plug this in like this, so plug your wire in, and then you've got your adjuster there for your headlights. So then this wire here will also have to go in, because that goes over and onto your outside, probably a park light, that one maybe. So let's plug that in, clips in like that, and then you just finish off putting these things in. Well, that one's not going to reach over there. Maybe I've got it around the wrong way here. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, so let's spin him 180. Is it going to be better or worse? Much better. Okay, so then put in our plug down the bottom there. So there's actually two adjusters. There's adjuster down the bottom as well, so that's where it kind of threw me off a little bit. So carefully tuck your wiring in, put another plug there. Oh, that, it's so good when OEM parts, look at that. That's so cool. Love genuine Nissan stuff. I'll tidy that up a bit. I'll try and poke that wiring in, but that's really cool. Okay, so while the car engine was in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and then in, we somehow managed to damage the drive shaft. Now I'm going to slip the old one out and put a new one in. Okay, so that CV shaft was a bit of a prick to get out. It didn't want to come out because up in there is a brand new good circlip that George from Gearhead Diffs would have put in for me. As you can see with my other one, it actually tore the boot. I think it had a little nick in it, and then obviously it just tore apart. And I'll keep this shaft. It was literally a new shaft, less than 1,000 Ks old, so I'll put a new boot on it and we'll keep that one. See how it popped in half, and then I just put a hose clamp around here and then used that for the sliding hammer to punch him off, so or slide it off. There's our HKS coilovers ready to go in right after I put our new shaft in. Now unfortunately these shafts are factory shafts, so nothing comes painted, so do throw a bit of etch primer and a bit of black or whatever color you want on there, because they will rust, especially after you wash the car. Soapy water runs down, they're gonna rust. I tape it up, so we actually do a proper job. I don't want to do a butch job and just spray it all. Make sure you do it right. Clean it first, rub it back with a bit of wet and dry, and you won't have any issues. It'll come up nice. Just use paint out of a pressure pack can's fine. You don't need to go and get it sprayed. Unpeel the tape off this and we'll put him up in. I don't know how I'm going to go doing this one-handed, but put a little bit of grease on the end just to let him slide up in. So we've got our circlip already up in there on a GTR. You sit that up in there. Now once you sort of get that in place, you want to give it the old 1-2. So apologies if I shake the camera. There we go. That's in. Beautiful. So we'll poke that back down in there. We've got a good seal in there. Bolt this hub up, and then we get to put the HKS coilovers in. So we'll go and grab those bad boys from up there and they can go in next. Look at them. So I've got this side all up in and ready, got the brakes on, got the HKS coilover in, Hypermax coilovers. Before I go over to the left hand side and put the strut and everything up in, there's wiring loom hanging down over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the whole wiring loom for now, just the factory wiring loom, not all our new sensors. So I'm going to tape all this fuse box up, get it all recovered in nice covering. Put some conduit on it where I need to, and tape it all up. Put the fuse box back in the car. So I've finished the fuse box. The fuse box looks absolutely awesome. I've tidied up all the wiring. Looks really good. I don't know what I'm gonna do with like these plugs here. I guess they'll stay there. It kind of looks like nice and neat and factory now. Like I do like it. It's not overcrowded. So this area is free for a catch can, or it's free for, you know, whatever, the battery. Yeah, that's done. So what I'm doing now, I'm moving along. Just thought I'd do something different for a couple of hours, and thought I would do the, I'll just get that light out of the way. Thought I would do the catch can. So, well, it's not really a catch can. This is used as an engine breather. You get like a really sweet cut when you do that. Check that out. Little trick for cutter hose is to, after you cut it, or even before you cut it, you put the tape on. I just wind the tape over it just like that, really tight, and just bring it to a point. Then it makes slipping your fitting over the top really easy. And then what I do, you see this, see how it doesn't line up? That drives me absolutely bonkers. So that nut is not flat, so I just wind it that little bit extra till we get it flat. Perfect. So after wrestling with the catch can for like a full hour, I have decided that 90s are not going to work. We need. Okay guys, after an absolutely exhausting day, we've got a lot done today. So we installed the fuse box and chopped up all the wiring, got rid of what I don't need, and installed a couple of things that I do need. We then went through and I run the pipes for the crankcase breather for the catch can, but look, seriously, it's not going to work. I need a couple more fittings from Raceworks. I need some 120 degrees, instead of 90s. I just needed to bend a bit further, but that's all good. We can order them on Monday. And then I also went through and installed the bumper now. Headlights are in, indicators are in. It's all slowly starting to come together. Having to remember what I said earlier, the last 10% is the biggest bit of the car. The last 10% takes longer than the first 90. So fingers crossed we're organised and we've got everything enough to make that last 10% pretty easy, and it's going to be fun. Thanks for watching. See you next time.